The size of Skyrim is still to this day its biggest strength. I mean, it's still one of the biggest, best built open world games in gaming. Don't at me, Skyrim haters. I myself have countless characters with many different builds and different levels of the game completed, with easily thousands of hours into this game. But I always wondered, well, what would it look like if I had a completed map? Well, with over 330 base game discoverable locations, this task always seemed out of reach, considering all the main quests don't really bring you even close to this goal. But now I have a YouTube channel, and anything can be justified so long as I can make a good thumbnail for it. Not clickbait, I swear. This is something I have to mention. There are multiple locations such as the Western Watchtower, the Throat of the World, Skyhaven Temple that are only accessible if you complete main quests, and that doesn't even mention the boat that starts with a K, Kataraya in the Dark Brotherhood, something like that. Correct me in the comments below. So I will not be grabbing these locations. However, with the Anniversary Edition upgrade, I will get more locations than the original 338. So we're making up for it, kind of. So like I do with every video, I created a poll to see if this challenge was easy or difficult, or whether it was worthy of a video. And the results speak for themselves, with around 75% of people, with over 7,000 votes, said they have never discovered all the locations in Skyrim, which is insane considering how much time I know me and my viewers put into this game. So today, I'm going to try to remedy this and complete the biggest task I've ever undertaken in a single video. Before we get into the meat of this video, we have to start a new character, obviously, and this person must be an expert explorer if they want to be able to cut the mustard. So who better to draft into the wonderful world of Skyrim than Dora the Explorer? Let's go, baby. Well, this is terrifying, but it's the closest thing I could ever get to actual Dora in Skyrim. Hope this doesn't keep any of you up at night like it does me. Anyway, we have a few things to do to prepare Dora for this grand adventure. We're going to encounter a plethora and a barrage of strange animals and creatures that want nothing more than to mutilate us. And this is Skyrim. Swipe or no swiping, baby. So we'll need to use this awesome guide that a guy named Senpai Jake made to level up the literal fastest way in the game. And within 10 minutes, boom, we're level 42 and we're ready to go and explore. Sorry, we're ready to explore the entire map of Skyrim. And by the way, when I used the destruction guide, I did do it at level 1, atting the haters in the comment section of that video. So I had to break this down into hour sec just because it's such a mammoth task. Lol. And I am officially off from the Guardian Stones near the exit of Helkin Keep. And I really just started to grab as many locations as I possibly could, which would turn out to be a problem later on, but I'll get to that later. I worked through Whiterun's beautiful plains and ended up grabbing most of the locations with no difficulty. However, it became a problem when I started to get lost with more locations discovered, so I searched up a map of the locations of Skyrim and found this really cool interactive map on my iPad that really helped me out throughout this entire challenge. And boy, let me tell you, I'm telling you, it was a godsend. Couldn't have done it without this. All throughout this challenge, I would show you, but for the life of me, I can't find the one that I actually used, but you should be able to find a decent one if you just search up interactive map Skyrim. And that was the end of hour 1. All right, first session, roughly an hour. We've got about 40 locations discovered. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is what we have so far. All through here is what we have done in about an hour, probably. Pretty solid first session. Hopefully we can get a whole bunch done tomorrow. Then I found myself working toward Morthal from the east. I figured at this point I would go ahead and do the top border of the map to kind of frame it in. After a long track through the northern border of the map, I got to a good stopping point for hour 2. But sadly, this is one of the files that was corrupted in a massive 8.5 to 9 hour recording session. So needless to say, it will not be in the supercut either. Moving swiftly on. I really had to pick my battles during this challenge, mainly because it would take way too much time if I stopped and fought every single bandit or cave bear along the way. So recognizing to just move on for most of the time is going to be imperative to getting this done in a relatively short amount of time. Anyway, after all of this, we ended section 3 with all the rift pretty well boxed in, of which is mainly the section up here on this like plateau, you know, the volcano-y, hot springy, I'll just let Live Jake take it away. And this is what our map is looking like. We have about 147 discovered. Now you can see we got a whole bunch over here between Morthal, Whiterun, and Dawnstar. And we kind of took the edge. We kind of took the edge all the way down through here. And now we have all of the ones down here in Riften. And now we're going to start working on this kind of, see, we've kind of circled this in. That is what we're going to do next, probably for hour 4. Then I guess we're going to go to the other side of the map. So let's get back at it. And then now it really helped to box sections into the map so that we could take the map on in more of bite-sized sections. And I'm glad that we did this. The more locations you have in a specific area, the more confused you get. This wasn't the worst section, however. Comment down below which section you think would be the hardest to discover all the locations in Skyrim. I'd be interested to know. So we went ahead and obtained the locations without Winterhold, or around Winterhold, so we could move further south of Windhelm and fill in that section between Riften and Windhelm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the end of part 4. I'll go ahead and show you how long we've been at this now. About 3 hours and 55 minutes. Let's see that one more time. Make sure 3 hours and 55 minutes, and we have 171 locations. Been some tougher ones on mountains and things like that. I'll show you what not real quickly. So we've got all of this done down here, and now we started kind of up here, and we're really going to merge this section in 5, and then we're going to be moving westward. Anyway, let's get into it. We got some more discovering to do. Honestly, the brunt of this challenge is the mind-numbing amount of running that you have to do. Literally, you just have to walk around, slash a bear a couple times, and that's the challenge, but you just got to do 10 hours of it. So, and on top of all this, I wanted to not use a horse to make the challenge more difficult, and I also decided that it'd be a good idea to wear all heavy armor. So I literally clinked around the entire freaking map in heavy armor. And spoiler alert, I end up finding the Steed Stone way late with like only 50 locations left to go. So pretty much, I know you could do this challenge much easier and much faster, but what's the point of it being a challenge if it's easy and fast? That's what I always say. But the biggest fun of this challenge is being able to say that we've completed everything in Skyrim. Well, not yet. Let's move on to hour 5. The end of this next part also got cut off due to me fat thumbing the keyboard and ending the recording on accident. But the moral of the story, I pretty much get the entire east side of this completely finished, and it was onto the bottom of the map and doing the same strategy as I did with the northern border, so I could encapsulate inner locations. And man, this was tough due to all the mountains and the amount of Bethesda scaling that I had to do. I am not very happy about this, LOL. LOL. But nonetheless, we got it done. There are 9 total parts or 10 total sections in this video. I don't know if you can tell that by watching it, but of the 10, 2.5 either got fat thumbed and I stopped the recording, or they just totally didn't get recorded at all. I regret to inform you, part 6, hour 6, is one of those parts, the last one of those parts, so feel happy about that. Let's move on. Like I said, session 6 has been eradicated by the higher ups of the channel, aka some fool thinking that he's somebody for hitting 14,000 subscribers. By the way, thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate it. And this kind of just points out, I think I really suck at the basic things you have to do as a content creator, like press record and not press end recording in the middle of a recording. But you know, I'm getting there. I would have redone this section, however, I didn't notice anything had corrupted.
What do you mean by that?
Until the challenge completed anyway, so it just really wasn't worth going back and redoing the whole thing when I could just devote 150 words of the script to explaining why it's deleted. Anyway, on to hour 7. Session 7 was by far the longest session where I really got to sit down and make some undeniable progress on this challenge, i.e. 2 hours and 15 minutes worth of progress. And when I say progress, John, I mean progress, baby. We wrapped around the entire bottom of the map and went western border. We did the whole western border also, until we reached the top of the map to get to Solitude. Man, my thumb was sore from the amount of scaling that I had to do around those mountains. You know the west side of Skyrim? You know mountains, baby. I hope we don't have any more mountains in the next section. Spoiler alert, there's gonna be mountains, because all Skyrim is a heaping pile of freaking mountains. Alright, what's good everybody? So we are here midway through the 7th hour of this challenge, and man, we've made some good progress these last couple hours. So we are currently at 303 locations. Now, the disparity between the anniversary edition and the special edition is that there are more than 338 locations, and I'm going to get every location on now. The number will be higher though. I just want to know we have probably about 40 locations, maybe 50 locations left. Super duper doable, and hopefully we can get this done in under 9 hours. That would be the goal, but it takes longer. Oh, let's get into it. Oh, and freaking bears. I bet I killed 1,000 bears in this challenge alone. Well, more like 118, but who's counting? Who cares? It's still a ridiculous amount of freaking bears. It seems like I was fighting a stupid bear more than I was fighting my desire to eat a pack of Krispy Kremes. I mean, Lord have mercy, this was ridiculous. But at the end of it all, we finished the challenge of Whiterun Tundra and the areas around Whiterun. But wait, what about High Hrothgar? Oh, I almost forgot. There, we did it. And then, ladies and gents, there was one, and it just so happens to be one of the first locations you were supposed to discover in the game. If you guess Solstheim, you are, drumroll please, wrong. It's, you're gonna have to wait for that, Tommy. And shoo, man, this challenge was fun. After I wrote a 2,000-word script complaining about it, but, you know, it was a cool experience, and I'll be honest, I would recommend everyone do this challenge. But real quick, before you go, let live recording Senpai Jake take it away.
Follow the old brick road that leads Helgen Keep, Adgum, River. Holy cow, man. This has been so, oh gosh, whoa, where are my frames? Guys, it has been such a long road. Let's just go on ahead and take one final look. 344. Obviously, they're going to be over the base amount because of Anniversary Edition. But around 8.5 hours, give or take a little bit of time, because I did pause some, it's that and the other. But guys, 8 hours, we'll say 8 hours. 8 hours later, finally discover Riverwood. Boy, does it feel.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do this part scripted too. Hour 8, aka loose ends. The 8th session or section, depending on your persuasion, is a simple one. However, it is an easy one to explain. It is pretty much the area of Rorikstead and Markarth, half tundra-ish area that I forgot. And this one was tough because the hills and mountains. Was I joking? Was I serious? You tell me. But to be honest, even though it is a very easy concept to grasp, it is the most tedious thing I've ever done discovering all these locations. And I would say it mainly is due to the fact that 99% of the time you get sidetracked or actually explore locations when you discover them in Skyrim. But that's enough rambling. For now, we finally arrived at the last stop. And I thought it would be fitting if we were to get Riverwood last, you know, because I'm silly. And that will be all for every location in wait a minute. No way. This cannot be. And this wouldn't be one of my videos if there wasn't something wrong that keeps us from completely reaching the goals set in the video title. However, when I was recording this recent / semi-recent alteration guide, I noticed by sheer luck and ignorance, a lot of ignorance, that we stumbled into Redwater Den, which, if we hadn't, would completely doomed this video and set my reputation even further firmly into the trash can. Well, with that, we got all the locations, and did you know I beat Skyrim with only Helgen Keep items? Go watch this video to find out if I can. And don't forget to let me know if you noticed any locations that I missed. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you'll push like on the video to help get it out to more and more people. Don't forget to go to the bottom of the description and read the verse of the video. It's like a little devotional thing that I put together. Don't forget to read your Bibles. Don't forget to pray. I love you guys. Thank you all so much for the support, but above all else, thank you for your time. Peace out.